Alright guys, if you want the chance to win some of these custom overmolded white and gunmetal AK-47s still on the sprue, all you have to do is drop a like on the video, comment down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed. I'll be giving a set of these away in next week's episode. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Building the Battle of the Bulge in LEGO, and today we are talking about one of your guys' favorite subjects, and that being minifigures. So I want to get a head start on these because minifigures take a very long time to get designed, get the parts in, prep the parts, print the parts, reassemble the figures, and then package them, take pictures of them, post them on the website, and then tell you guys about it. So there's a lot of steps in making figures like this. And as you guys know, or if you don't know, for anyone that's new out there, with every MOC series, obviously we're going to need minifigures to go on the MOC, but I also normally make some special minifigures that you can actually buy on my website, bricktactical.com. So it's a cool way if you're a hardcore fan and you want a piece of kind of my channel's history or the MOC series history, you can actually buy a minifigure that came off of the MOC. So I've done this with D-Day way back when. I did this with, I didn't do it with Moscow, which was actually my first MOC series. I did it with D-Day, Peleliu, Sinai, Vietnam. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I did all that, and I want to do it for this MOC, and this is an interesting one because I haven't ever done kind of snow camo or snow themed or winter themed minifigures, especially American and German. So this is going to be a very long video talking about minifigures and kind of some different options we have, and I'm going to be very particular and reading the comments on this video because I want to get this right. I want to make cool looking minifigures. I want to make minifigures that you guys will obviously buy and enjoy, but also that look accurate and that you guys think look accurate. So without further ado, I say, so we have German and American. Now, this is just a selection of some minifigures I grabbed that were just kind of sitting around my tables in here, and I wanted to kind of talk about each one, some pros and cons of each of them, and maybe we can kind of start picking things apart and seeing what I want and don't want, and then I can get your guys' feedback. So I guess the best way to do this was maybe just start by picking a minifigure and just kind of going from there. So I guess with this guy, I'm going to have to readjust the focus here just so you guys can actually see him a little bit more clearly. So pardon me here for a second. Let's see if I can get him in focus. I don't think I will. He's a little bit close up. Let's see here. Maybe. Oh, I saw it. Sorry about this, guys. There, okay. So, first up, we've got this guy. This is a submachine gunner, German. So, like I said, there's a couple ways we can do this. The Germans, I need to look at more reference pictures because the way I looked at it, pretty much the Germans were pretty much all out in white. And they had a decent amount of winter colors as far as like white. But then there's also the stories that go along with it that both parties involved with this, or really everyone that was involved in the Battle of the Bulge, was not prepared for the snow. So I probably could get away with dark bluish gray uniforms like this minifigure has, but I really want to do snow figures. One, just because I haven't, and two, I think it would look cooler to have a bunch of white soldiers, in white camo and stuff like that. So, or maybe not necessarily camo, but at least in white uniforms. So we've got this guy. This is a very generic, submachine gunner. I did add like the goggles on top just for a little bit of detail. I really like this head. This is like a really old Lego head. I really like that. But yeah, and another big question that I haven't figured out, all of these minifigures have yellow skin tone, which is the classic Lego. I don't know, do we want to go with a more realistic light flesh, or I think Lego actually changed it on Bricklink to like light nougat or something like that. So we have the yellow scheme here. Let's see if I can grab a flesh colored or flesh skin tone minifigure. So that's a flesh tone, with the flesh head, the flesh hands. This is obviously more realistic to like obviously real life. Yellow is just kind of iconic for Lego, but I kind of like the classic yellow, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. YouTube actually, I don't know if it's already gone, but I'm pretty sure the poll system on the card section is actually removed. It's no longer a thing, which kind of sucks. But let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually going to probably do a pinned comment down below, and you guys can reply to that pinned comment. It'll be like, I'll ask you guys what skin color should I do the minifigures, comment and reply to that specific comment. So that might be the new way we can start conversations about minifigures and whatnot. So I personally think the yellow will look cool, especially on the white uniforms. I think it'll look cool. Let me know what you guys think as far as the flesh option. It is still an option. It's not any harder to do. The only thing is that light flesh heads are more expensive, so that will drive up the price just a tad for when I sell these minifigures, but I really do like the generic yellow. So reply to that pinned comment. Let me know what you guys think. Now this minifigure here, this is a machine gunner, even though he's got a officer kind of print, but a couple things I like about this guy. So one, I like the yellow head, once again. I like the white medic helmet. So this is just kind of, I don't have a lot of white Germans, which is surprising. And I tried to build one, but I thought I had more of my own German torsos in white. Turns out I don't. Turns out they're all sold out. So I couldn't make like a plain Jane, white German, which kind of sucks, but we're going to have to use our imagination. So I think personally, with these white Stahlhelms and then adding the rubber bands to kind of show the scarf, effect that I've talked about in this episode, or not this episode, but I think a couple episodes ago. But I think that could be really cool. Obviously, machine guns and Kar 98s is going to be pretty normal for this mock, especially for the Germans. So let me know what you guys think of the white helmets. I definitely think we should do that. Here's another basic infantry soldier. This was the torso print that I do, and like here's the one in tan. I used to print them in white. Like I said, I just don't have any, so this would be kind of a generic minifigure, your classic Kar 98 pouches, Kar 98 Stahlhelm. Picture this Stahlhelm, pretty much picture all of these dark bluish gray parts on white. So white Stahlhelm, white print, or printed on white parts, white feet or legs. I think that would be really cool looking, especially with the yellow head and the yellow hands. So that's something to think about, and I'm working very hard. Actually, I have this is not fully white, but it doesn't look as good because of the bodies aren't matching, but you kind of can get the point there. So I have a surprise for you guys. Now, this surprise I've talked about, and I've actually teased on not this episode. I keep saying this episode. On this mock series I have, and it's some new products that are coming out, and they will definitely be featured in the Battle of the Bulge as long as they're done in time. I'm just going to put this here so you guys can look at something while I talk. But these new products, I'm working very hard on them. I should be getting samples within the next couple weeks, and then once I get everything set in stone, I can start making them and then posting about them. But let's just say I will be using them on every minifigure in the Battle of the Bulge, and this Battle of the Bulge is not going to be finished. I'm going to wait. If we have to wait an extra month and the mock's already done, I'm still waiting for these accessories that I'm working on. So that's another hint, and it's a minifigure accessory. So anyways, moving on. We've got this German. This is actually all light bluish gray, which is kind of interesting. I do like the look of it. This one I actually, if you can see the main Kar 98 pouches, they're actually printed and raised printing. I actually was playing around with that. So, I'm not going to do that just because of cost, but I thought it was a cool concept. So this one's a little bit different, lighter uniform. This one actually has printed universal legs, which is a product of mine. So we could take and kind of combine these two. So picture all white parts, but have boot legs on this guy, just so it adds a little bit more detail. And then we could actually take this torso and stretch it to the hips. That way you see here we don't have like a double belt. You see there's a belt on that, and then there's actually his belt up there. So we could eliminate that kind of blank spot that looks kind of weird, and we could add some more detail by adding the boots or the boot printing around, and those go on the left and right side. I actually do them on the back every now and then. This guy doesn't have any back printing, but yeah. So another thing that's cool about this guy, obviously my overmolded cigarette adds some detail, because back then everyone obviously smoked, especially during the Battle of the Bulge. Every picture you see is people smoking to try to keep warm. And then this is cool, this is a Lego bandana or scarf piece. Definitely going to be using those on some minifigures. Maybe not in black. I have them in white and red and black, so probably white would be the most popular. But I think that could be a cool, simple little accessory that I could add to minifigures, and it would look really good. So I guess last one would be this guy. This one, once again, all light bluish gray. This is with my print as well, and yeah, just very basic. So I'm thinking something like this, but all white instead of light bluish gray and instead of dark bluish gray. So curious to see what you guys think. All right, moving on, Americans. So like I said, we've got the Germans and we've got the Americans. This guy is, you know, kind of interesting because it's hard. I need to look at more reference pictures because honestly, I'm not as educated as I wish I would be before this video, but the Americans, from what it looks like, is they were in a combination of white and darker uniforms. They weren't in their classic, like, you know, tan colored uniforms or beige. So dark tan or white, I'd like to do maybe both. I'm not too sure. White would be easier and I think it would look better, but we got to play around with that. So this is a very generic US soldier here. You know, I like the idea of having backpacks. It just adds some more detail and it looks cool. Obviously my M1 Garand, once again, cigarette, this favorite head of mine. I didn't realize I had that on 2 figures, but that's just something there. This one I've showed before. So this guy's a little bit different because he's got the trench coat. That's actually a Lego Indiana Jones print, but it could be a cool thing to incorporate, but obviously I can't get those because they are pretty expensive. So I do like the idea, like I said, of the double scarf or the double rubber bands to show like a scarf. I like that a lot, so probably gonna do something like that. This guy's very similar to this guy, except for he's got no backpack, so he looks a little bit slimmer. I really do like how the backpack adds some kind of bulk and heft to the minifigure, but we could have some with and some without. And then what's cool with this guy is he's actually got my leg printing or my pocket legs to just add a little bit more detail. So yeah, there's just a couple different options there. Very similar to some of the Germans I showed, you know, just very simple versions, but slight differences. And then this guy is kind of like the more beige outfit that I was talking about. So, you know, he happens to have dark tan legs and then a tan torso. Once again, backpack, M1 Garand. So I don't know. I need to look at more reference pictures. I'm very curious to see what you guys think of some of these options. I think maybe this will be like kind of part 1, not of this video, but you know, I think we could revisit this topic being minifigures in another video as far as saying, okay, what do you guys think here? And then I can go through all the feedback, I can make some adjustments, make some prototype figures and show you guys and be like, all right, this is where we're at, what do you guys think? And then that'll be like the final call. So I think that might be a good plan. I know I was rambling a lot, but I know a lot of you guys really like these types of videos as far as minifigures going in depth, so I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to cut to the giveaway winners, and then we're going to wrap this video up. Alright guys, let's go ahead and pick the winner from last week's episode. I'm going to do one closer to up top. I'm trying to do a little bit different on each one, so we're just going to actually go back up. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's go. Boom. Right there. Great that it's all coming together. Second building could be a barn. Great idea. NedDam81, you are the winner. All you have to do is shoot me an email through my website. We can get this figured out. Make sure you send a screenshot of you logged in to your YouTube channel. And other than that, yeah, let's end the video. All right, guys, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Building the Battle of the Bulge. We talked all about minifigures. Make sure you reply to that pinned comment where we talk about, do we want to go with a light flesh skin tone? Man, I can't talk. Or a generic yellow. Like I said, I think generic yellow looks cool. I think it's very classy. But if you guys really want me to go more realistic, let me know by replying to that pinned comment down in the comment section. Once again, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to have a chance to win these really cool AK-47s here. And then, yeah, make sure you guys subscribe by clicking right there. I'm almost to 85,000 subscribers, and we're doing a big giveaway when we hit that. So if you guys aren't subscribed, YouTube tells me that a lot of you guys seeing these videos aren't subscribed. So subscribe, it's free. You can always unsubscribe if you want to, but also check out some more videos right here and here, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace out, guys.